At one time, a hotel club lounge manager once told me that the hotel club lounge or the executive lounge is the heart of the hotel, especially a five-star hotel. If the club lounge doesn't provide any exclusiveness and the quality of service and food to the club room guests, do not expect anything better in the hotel itself, which I started to realize it is very true. Hi, welcome to Danny on the Go Special Season 3. I'm Danny. In this video, I'm going to give a very brief and how I felt on the executive lounge of the Parkroyal Collection Kuala Lumpur Hotel in 14 seconds from now. The Parkroyal Collection Kuala Lumpur is located in the Golden Triangle of Kuala Lumpur, where it is only 2 minutes walk to the Bukit Bintang shopping strip. I stay in the collection club room and have access to the executive lounge, which is located on the level 6 of the hotel. I have made a video of the review for the hotel, and if you haven't watched it before, you may click the link above to check it out. As a club room guest, one may check in at a club lounge, but for me, I was very unfortunate to have my check-in done in the main lobby without getting any reason why I cannot have my check-in done in the club lounge. With no briefing on what benefits I can get in the club lounge, where normally a guest will be handed a welcome letter which stated down all the benefits a club room guest can get during the check-in process, I have to figure out myself by going up to the club lounge and ask the club lounge staff one by one. It's just unable to describe the not right feeling there, even I get what I need as a club room guest. But let me show you how this club lounge, or what they call executive lounge, looks like first. Guests can access to the club lounge by either the normal lifts, as you see here, or the club floor lift, where it can only access to the club floor from ground floor till level 6. This is the place where one will be able to get their check-in or check-out done. The club lounge is not very big but comfortable enough with lots of seatings. On the left side is the washroom, while on the right is the food area where refreshments will be served on specific time. There are many types of seatings around for guests to choose from, normal dining table seatings, sofa, armchairs to couch. They even have a long meeting table for guests to conduct a casual meeting. At one side, there is a working space for guests to get some job done privately. However, there is no meeting room nor any business room with computer and printer provided in this club lounge. There are 2 sets of TV in the seating area for one to get some entertainment. Reading material also provided if one needed to read, but it has a very few selection. At times, the club lounge can be crowded, so there is an outdoor space for one to get some fresh air. This place had lots of plants, and they named this place as Urban Farm. These plants, as stated here, will be used in the hotel, which I find is quite organic. The entire setting of the club lounge is simple and there is no fancy design in it. There is plenty of daylight, as most of the corners they are ceiling to floor glass to allow daylight shines inside. It gives a very fresh ambience inside here. I personally like this kind of setting where it feels home to me. This club lounge may look great overall, but unfortunately, things may not turn out that well when the quality of people, staff, and food served are low. The impression of check-in already turned me down, and things become worse when the evening cocktail comes. The time of my check-in was in the late afternoon, so the only meal is the evening cocktail. By the way, there's no afternoon tea here, although beverages are served all day. The evening cocktail begins from 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. But before 5 p.m., the whole club lounge already filled with hungry guests, as you see here. Anyway, this is not as bad as I encounter club lounge evening cocktail that needs to queue for food. At least there's no queue at all. Most of the staff here are quite fresh, where at one time I ordered warm water and this Malay lady just stared at me as though she cannot understand. So I speak in Malay and she nodded her head. Let's look at the food. There are hot dishes and snacks in the middle. These food are cheap and I can say they are mostly street food quality but served in a hotel. The dessert? Oh my! How can they put cakes inside the fridge where it will become dry and hard? I'm thinking, are those left over from breakfast time? The cheese platter are really cheesy. Local craft fruits I think is something looks normal. Only very few selection gin available, but I'm okay as I don't drink. And they put the wine in the fridge as well together with fruit juices. You can see the people are like animals in zoo waiting the feeding time to start. After a few snacks, I decided to leave as I'm not comfortable here. The next morning, I come for breakfast and the whole situation is different. It's very quiet with only me and an Australian couple around. Maybe those hungry people are at a common restaurant as they have more variety of food there. Breakfast begins from 6:30 a.m. till 10:30 a.m. here. Let's look at the food this time. I find it's pretty decent for breakfast as they have little bit here and there from local to international type of food. The dessert and pastry looks appetizing too. On each table there is an a la carte menu for one to order some dishes separately. That is a plus point here. Before I start to complete my compliments for this lounge, something happens which makes me think twice. The manager, who looks in his 40s, started to greet the Australian couple who sits 2 tables beside me. He started to be so friendly and talk about his own life as he stayed in Australia before too. Well, it's common for a manager to talk to guests as it is a way to make guests feel welcome. But his voice is so loud that I can hear every single word he said while the couple just smiled. After about 5 minutes of showing off, he went away, pretending never see me passing by my table. That makes me feel I'm not welcome. To be clear, there are only me and the Australian couple around in the club lounge that time. I'm not longing for anyone to chat with me nor jealous. I just find it's weird to have a biased attitude when seeing different kind of skin color people. During checkout time, so happened I was in the same lift with him and I guess he has no choice but to greet me and ask how was my stay, and I answer okay and I'm going to check out now. He then replied, hope you will return again to stay here. I gave him a cold smile, but in my heart there will be a big no almost screaming out from my throat. I have no choice, but my personal rating for this club lounge cannot be very high as you see here. Have you encountered any experience before like what I did here? Or is there any club lounge you think I should avoid too? Please feel free to leave your comments and appreciate you subscribe my channel if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again on my next video. Till then, bye.